welcome back to Shakesyear as we plod our way through Henry VIII, Act 3, Scene 2, specifically Act 3, Scene 2. It's a very long one. There's a lot of monologues in this scene. So at the top of the scene, we had Suffolk and Norfolk and Surrey and Lord Chamberlain. We found out that none of them liked Cardinal Wolsey. We found out that Cardinal Wolsey had written a letter to the Pope saying that he didn't approve of Henry's divorce from Catherine or Henry's marriage to Anne Boleyn. We found out that Henry had secretly already married Anne Boleyn after his divorce became final. And then the Cardinal comes in and we see him a little bit distracted with this stack of papers that get given to the king, and then we see the king who's been reading these papers, one of which happened to be that letter that the Cardinal had written. And then the king plays this sort of like cat and mouse type game with Cardinal Wolsey, where he's like, you know, have I not been a great man to you? Have I not made you the greatest man in the land? And blah, blah, blah. And Wolsey's like, yeah. And the king's like, so are you loyal to me, like above everybody else? And the Cardinal's like, yes, of course I'm loyal to you above everybody else, like, obviously. And the king, before he leaves the room, is like, see, he says he has a loyal heart, loyal to me. And by the way, Wolsey, take a look at these papers that I was reading. And he leaves. And Cardinal Wolsey, as soon as the king and everybody else is out of earshot, is like, what should this mean? What sudden anger's this? How have I reaped it? He parted frowning from me, as if ruin leaped from his eyes. So looks the chafed lion upon the daring huntsman that has galled him, then makes him nothing. I must read this paper. I fear the story of his anger. 'Tis so. This paper has undone me. 'Tis the accompt of all that world of wealth I have drawn together for mine own ends, indeed, to gain the popedom and fee my friends in Rome. Oh, negligence! Fit for a fool to fall by. What cross devil made me put this main secret in the packet I sent to the king? Is there no way to cure this? No new device to beat this from his brains? I know 'twill stir him strongly, yet I know a way, if it take right, in spite of fortune, will bring me off again. What's this? To the Pope. The letter, as I live, with all the business I writ to his holiness. Nay then, farewell. I have touched the highest point of all my greatness, and from that full meridian of my glory, I haste now to my setting. I shall fall like a bright exhalation in the evening, and no man see me more. So it's kind of an interesting monologue. He knows that there's something wrong with the king, and then he sees that the king was looking at his financial statements, which we find out was because he was going to go bribe the people in Rome to make him pope. And he's like, damn it, how do I fix this? How do I make all of this better? And then he sees the letter that he wrote to the Pope saying that Henry should not be able to divorce Catherine nor marry Anne Boleyn. And he's like, I'm screwed. That's it. I'm basically dead now. I'm basically dead. Everything that I could have ever done is done, and now I'm gonna fall like a shooting star and burn in the ground. So when he was finished with this little monologue, Surrey and Suffolk and Norfolk and Lord Chamberlain come walking over, and they're like, hey, the king is putting you under house arrest. And then we'll get to see how he responds to that tomorrow. See you then.